Live from the campus of Washington and Lee University, this is a Channel 18 Rockbridge News Update.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Rockbridge Report's Tuesday Live Update. I'm Alina Puri. Israel intensified its bombing in and around Gaza's second largest city Tuesday. UN Chief Antonio Guterres says there is nowhere safe to go in Gaza with the war heading to the south, where many civilians had previously sought refuge. WHO Regional Director Richard Brennan spoke about the collapse of Gaza's hospital infrastructure.
The health system has undergone a massive degradation. Throughout the conflict, we've gone from 36 functioning hospitals down to 18. And of those 18, they're all only partially functional. We're very concerned that the escalated offensive is going to put out of action the remaining hospitals in the south. That cannot be allowed to happen. So what we're trying to do is we're advocating that these hospitals be protected, that they be supported. We're putting in more beds, bringing in supplies as best we can.
Israel says it is being more precise as it widens its offensive into southern Gaza. The U.S. is pressuring Israel to prevent further mass casualties. In Congress, Republican and Democratic lawmakers are at odds over the Ukraine-Israel aid package. While Democrats are taking steps to bring the matter to the floor this week, many in the GOP say they are not going to budge unless a major domestic matter is included. John Lawrence reports.
The southern border crisis in the U.S. is having a ripple effect nearly 10,000 miles away in Ukraine.
We are in urgent need of additional support as Russia continues this aggression war. The battlefield is very hot and Russia is trying to advance.
The White House issued a letter Monday saying not providing more funds for Ukraine will, quote, kneecap Ukraine on the battlefield.
I'm not helping Ukraine until we help ourselves.
Senator Lindsey Graham of South Carolina is among the Republicans who want some of the funds to address the U.S.'s immigration concerns.
The security supplemental must include funding and policy reforms to address the crisis at the southern border.
Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer is pushing for a vote on the Ukraine-Israel aid package this week.
Democrats want to be reasonable on immigration. We're willing to make concessions, but we will not keep going in circles if Republicans aren't interested in even meeting us halfway.
Office of Management and Budget Director Shalonda Young says if an agreement isn't reached soon, the U.S. could face critical national security risks.
Unfortunately, many Republican extreme demands are still on the table, things that Republicans know can't get Democratic votes, and that's our stumbling block right now.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
The presidents of Harvard, MIT, and University of Pennsylvania faced a grilling on Capitol Hill Tuesday. Lawmakers had tough questions about their responses to alleged on-campus incidents of anti-Semitism in the wake of the Israel-Hamas war. Campuses across the country have seen a rise in tension over the war. There have been hundreds of protests and counter-protests, some of them turning violent.
We are in the midst of making certain that all anti-bigotry efforts ensure education about anti-Semitism. We committed to that into September, and we're working through that. We have added education.
We have seen a dramatic and deeply concerning rise in anti-Semitism around the world, in the United States, and on our campuses, including my own.
Democratic Richmond Mayor LeVar Stoney joined the 2025 race for Virginia governor on Monday. In his video announcement, Stoney touted his 2 terms of executive experience and pledged to be a voice for equality and progress. Stoney also criticized Governor Glenn Youngkin for his stance on abortion and book bans. Stoney's gubernatorial bid sets up a Democratic nomination contest with U.S. House Representative Abigail Spanberger, who announced her bid last month. Police in Arlington, Virginia are investigating a home explosion Monday night. Officers said it was related to a flare gun that was fired about 30 times from inside a suspect's residence. Arlington Police Chief Andy Penn says the suspect, James Yu, is presumed dead. Police say that they had obtained a search warrant and attempted to contact Yu, who remained barricaded inside of the house. That's all for today's live update.